Good afternoon, and good evening, shall I say.
It looks like we're back again.
Yes,
How you
sir.
doing, Caleb?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good. I see we're had my TV turned up. Hit that. All right, see we're back again to discuss some Prairie View football. We're gonna start things off for Lionel. We know a lot of people were expecting to see him, but you got us. So we'll do the best we can with the players that we have. I'm excited about this upcoming season. It was hard to be excited before because nobody talked about Prairie View but
Right.
us. We talked amongst ourselves, but I appreciate Lionel giving us a platform to get this started. Wish I had that clip that Lionel had of Coach talking about it's not the same old Prairie View, but I seen you saw that clip too. So
Yes, sir.
yeah, so we're ready to get started. Today's show is going to be about players to watch that nobody else is really talking about. So we saw the SWAC. I didn't see the whole list, but I don't know if you saw the list that other people are talking about the SWAC preseason players to watch out for. I don't recall seeing any Prairie View players on there.
Yeah, no, I definitely didn't see it. I don't think so.
So we're gonna discuss ours on here. But because Lionel has that for a special show, as far as I know, we're still not talking about Trigger Man yet. So we're gonna discuss some of the other players that we have. We did a deep dive earlier of Trevor Randall. One of the things I know we don't. Oh, I don't have any graphics to present. Sorry about that. But we did do a deep dive on one of the cornerbacks, Trevor Randall, that came over for the PV from ULM. So that
Yep.
was a good one. Did you get to see that one? What did you think of
Yes,
that?
sir. Yes, sir. He's definitely on my list as an impact player. Uh, we brought in a lot of corners during this off season, and I think a lot of them have a really good shot of making all SWAC. Trevor Randall being one of them at 6'1", 180. I know he's pretty active. He likes to tackle. He's somewhat of a ball hawk as well. Um, but that's definitely one of the guys I have my eyes on going in to the Labor Day Classic.
Yes, and that's going to be interesting, the Labor Day Classic, because you have two teams that pretty much they haven't put anything out there in the public. So we're oh, getting a little feedback here. Let's see if it's mine. Can you hear that on your end? Getting a little feedback.
No, sir.
Okay, not hearing anything now. Let me see how that looks. Hearing a little bit of feedback. Okay, I don't hear it now. Okay. So going into well, now we're about to start the summer camp, which will lead into fall camp. Let me turn this down a little bit. Yeah, still kind of hearing that. I'm gonna turn my mic down a little bit. Going into the summer camp, and I know one of the people I liked during the spring was Jacoby Banks
Right.
on the other side of the ball, wide receiver. Um, this one right here, 5'9", about 180 pounds, but he plays really big. Um, he has good hands in traffic. A lot of times, we give receivers that they can catch it in the open, but that traffic is really difficult to catch it in. But I noticed during the spring game, he had a pretty good spring, and his speed was really good. So, did you get a chance to check out that recruit, and what's your thoughts on him?
Yeah. I know he was one of the earlier signees that we had coming out of Memphis. I do recall him from Fort Bend Marshall being able to make an impact on their team. Um, I think he's really going to open up our offense. Previous years, we haven't really had that slot guy that's able to get these end arounds, you know, different bubble screens, just different options to look at for our quarterback. And having multiple options this year, I think he'll be able to dominate not only at the wide receiver position but also on kick return, which will have a lot of speed this year.
Yeah, we lost. Yeah, we seem to not have that kick on special teams
Yeah,
as far as returns last year. So I'm looking forward to that improving. So we think that we should be looking pretty strong over there. I also wanted to ask you about another side, well, the same side of the ball, but what do you think of the backfield? I think that they're going to be pretty crowded at running back. Um,
man, I think that's one of our most competitive positions right now. We've got Wisham coming back as a senior. Um, we've got some younger talent that we had to redshirt last year, and then a guy that I think has the potential to, if he's able to get that starting spot, could really make an impact and potentially be an all-star player is Brandon Campbell. That was he committed on the later side of the signings coming out of
mhm.
UMass, and shoot, if he's able to get going, we already had kind of like a three-back system. I just think it's going to be a lot of competition there going into the fall. Um, hopefully everybody can stay healthy, but I know we have a lot of numbers back there. But I like Brandon Campbell. I think he can be a game changer for us.
Yeah, and we can't forget the hammer. You're still going to
McDowell.
have Majay McDowell back there,
Mhm.
and people kind of get it not confused, but some people kind of think he only can be used on third and one or something because he's such a large running back. But if you go back and look at some of his highlights from last year, he's pretty shifty back. Um, you didn't really get to see him shine a lot last year. He had some good games, but I think this year with the upgrades at the meat eaters and the ones that are returning that are older now, had such a
Right.
young line last year that he
Yep.
didn't really get a chance to do what he wants to do. And as well as Wisham, I think Wisham was a little dinged up during the year,
Yeah, he
so
was.
it took away his explosiveness. So it's going to be interesting, but that Bingman, he just needs a little bit of a hole because, of course, he's trained by one of my favorite running backs, the human cheat code, Dewanya Tucker.
Right.
So he helped train him, but he's a little bigger than Tucker. But man,
Right.
he got a step when he gets to that hole that's really difficult to deal with. So yeah, we're gonna enjoy, and I think these guys are gonna be good blockers in the pass game as well.
Right.
So
They all seem to have pretty good size on them. I think our pass protection will be pretty good this year.
yes, yes. So and what I did like from watching the spring game, and glad it wasn't online. Nobody, if you wasn't there, you missed it.
Right.
But I liked that it wasn't because it was full on with the referees and everything. Didn't see a lot of flags thrown, not a
Right.
lot of false starts, holding. And the killer I didn't see that always seemed to get us is illegal man downfield.
Right.
I didn't see any of those. So and it looks like they're starting to gel pretty well. Um, and on the other side of the ball, though, a couple times our offense got in third and long, and it looks like to me if you get in the more than third and seven yardage position, that the defense it does something different than I've seen before. But it's they have a way of disguising where people are coming from, and those third and long situations are going to be pretty. They're going to be pretty interesting with that defense. That 212 has been pretty interesting. So we'll see how that goes. Um, as far as the meat eaters, what do you think about the offensive line? I know I like Stewart coming in. And we had a couple of them that aren't on my list, if you remember them. But I know we had some transfers coming in that are going to be pretty good. And Caleb Leonard was pretty solid. I
Right.
want to see how these guys are going to work out. Um, and I think Bowers is coming back, right? Yeah.
Bowers is definitely coming back. Um, Honestly, my opinion of the O line coming in, we added so much depth this year that injuries won't be a problem. Uh,
Yes.
and it's definitely been a size increase. I'm not familiar with all their names yet, and we haven't gotten the roster. I mean, shoot, we had around 50 commits this all season, so it's kind of hard to kind of keep track with every single one of them. But we definitely made some improvements to our depth, and with them being older this year, like you hit it over the head, man. That was a really really young team. It was a lot of redshirt freshmen playing, a lot of redshirt sophomores playing, a lot of first year players playing last year at all
Yeah.
positions essentially, except wide receiver and running back. Uh, so with the group automatically getting a few years older in the off season, it's going to be a big upgrade. And I think that would be one of the easiest things that we'll be able to see for the Labor Day Classic.
Yeah, because I think that the scheme is going to help them a lot too. Because I noticed during the spring game that if things break down, we seem to have more options on the check down.
Right.
And the guys that they're, and I'm sorry to, yeah, that's the one I like too. Because I know I'm looking at Raycon Bell. He's 6'4", 305. And he's a 3-star. So yeah, I like that one. Yeah, Delvin's right. Yeah, I think that offensive lineman too. He's gonna definitely come in and be able to move some people around. And I just noticed that during the game, like I said, a lot more discipline, which really helps the offense. And I think when we get in those 3rd and 3 situations, you're not gonna know which one you're gonna pick because you gotta pick your poison. And we can't forget we got some returners like we got Marshall that's going to media day,
Right.
and um, and I
That's not in.
mean yes, and he's gonna be coming in to not give up his spot. So he's very strong, and I got a chance to meet him. So he's fired up and ready to go this season, and I think with the coverage that we're going to have with these D backs that are coming in and the ones that are returning, it's going to help the defensive line as well. So, and we got a lot bigger up front and on both sides of the trenches.
Yeah, I think our defensive front is going to look really interesting this year. Um, I know TSU ran a subset of this years ago. I mean, back when we was turning the streak from 5-6 to 7-8, years in a row. But seeing some of the edge rushers that we have coming in, and seeing some of the three techs we have coming in, the defense is pretty much going to be revamped. I think we're going to be blitzing off the edge a lot. I think our linebackers are going to be coming downhill, stopping the run. I'm excited to see it. A lot of our DBs are not only going to be in coverage, but they're also going to be expected to make tackles in open field. Um, and I think we have a team that's well suited to do that,
Yeah.
especially with the height and the size that we have coming this year.
And I think the average DB is a little bit taller as well. So,
Right. And in my opinion, we have a lot more ball hawks coming in. We got Peyton Talley coming in, who I think from Princeton. I think he's going to be another all swag defensive back coming in immediately, making an impact. And I think they'll be able to put him in multiple positions, even linebacker on some plays. We know he could get to the quarterback. We know he can force fumbles. We know he can make plays in the air. There are so many guys just coming in general that it's really hard to get a picture of who is the ball going to be moving through, who's going to be
Yes.
making the stops. Is our pass rush. It's just hard to put it all together at this point in time.
And looking at the 212, they're going to kind of move them around. So we had so many DBs, I can't even name them. It's really crazy because we're going to have just, and like you said, he's a little bit bigger. Well, not a little lot bigger.
Yeah, he's 6'1", 225. So, and he played high school ball not too far from me. So, if I'm correct, he went to Side Ranch. So, it's a lot of talent that's just coming in on this defensive side that I think this is going to be one of our best defense in years. If I'm correct, last year we were eighth in the SWAC. Uh, Having a top four defense, top four offense, that's we're walking through the West.
Oh, and Dante is right. The Dylan Spencer, yeah, that one was a good a good signing there. So the O line is going to be a lot stiff. It's going to be some competition.
Yeah, I could definitely see the Cooper DeJean to the SWAC right there. I could definitely see that happening.
Oh yes, I can see that too. Yes, yes,
And
definitely have that.
another one that I had looked at, we signed him on the later side of the signing class as well. Malik Mason. Uh, he was originally a offensive lineman, got converted into an edge rusher, and he's shoot. I've seen him weigh in at different times, but I'm getting around 6'4", 260 coming off the edge. His 2024 stats, he was able to get 6 sacks, 10 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles. Uh, so he's a starting player from somewhere else coming over to the SWAC. I think he's ready to show out, and he might he
Yeah.
might be a defensive player of the year candidate coming off the D line.
And is he on the edge or was he in the middle? That's what I was trying to remember.
I couldn't really tell. Um, I was trying to pull up as much film as I can, um, but I had him listed as an edge. Especially if we're only gonna have three down. I figured that they would put him at the edge. I didn't think they would put him at the three tech. Cause I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure we
and
got a we got a big old 315, 320 guy that they're gonna probably fit in there.
don't hit the what's that lineman name? The 347 one. He's definitely going to be right there in the middle. Um, and I saw him when we went down to visit the team, me and my line brother, and yeah, he's he might be 340 now. Maybe he lost 3 pounds, but he's a big one.
Yeah,
And
don't worry. He'll be at 315 after camp. Don't
yeah, that
worry.
Texas team. If not, he'll be that after the Texas Southern game because
Yep.
no air circulates in that stadium for them
Ah
guys.
man, that soccer stadium, that's a pit. That's what I like to call it. That's a crazy place to play.
And so the other one I was looking at, and this was pretty good size one too, was the Chris Harvey on the defensive line. He was
Yes,
a
sir.
late me too. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So he's going to be on. He's kind of a lengthy one, so he'll be on the edge. So looking forward to seeing him. Looking for the rest of my list. He sent me that list. I know he's gonna Lionel's gonna kill me because I can't find the list again. Because usually I can keep up, but this time the man toward the 3/4 away into the signing time, We went
Man, got out
for
of control. The movie that they came, the Hulu series. That's when I started getting lost. They had about 30, 40 episodes of the Hulu series. I couldn't keep up.
I
I
know
was like,
I was trying to binge watch, couldn't do it.
man, it was a lot of episodes in that season.
And
Um,
because I remember Premier Whitley. I remember him because I grew up in San Diego and that's where he came from. Well, before I went to Kansas City. So and he's another meat eater on the D line. So he's going to be it's gonna be some serious push up front this year. Um
One thing that I could say surprised me about this offseason was how fast this team gotten over the last few weeks. I mean, we have multiple guys that's running 4-4, running 4-3, coming out the wide receiver position. I can only imagine what some of these deep routes are about to look like, what our special teams is about to look like on punt return and kick return, being able to flip the field. I think there's going to be so much pressure off our offense this year where it's going to be so easy to get 4 touchdowns a game. It's just going to be in a lot of enjoyment to watch this all season.
yeah, and I think with that push up front, uh, and I don't want to put you on the spot because I'm thinking I'm I'm not quite sure who to put this on because we have so many D backs. But do you have any favorites on who will get the most interceptions or pass breakups yet?
Ooh, it's kind of hard. It's hard to say without seeing the depth chart. But my first pick would be Peyton Talley. Uh, I believe that he'll be good enough to not only earn a spot, but to be a guy that's always in the middle of the field, always there to make a play. Um, I'm expecting him to have a really big season coming in as a senior and just ball out. He's coming back to Houston to play his senior year, so I think he's gonna have a lot of fun and he'll be a leader in this locker room, being able to make a lot of plays.
Yeah. And I know we had another one that has good size. I don't have his measurements, but that Skyline John Lewis. Um,
I believe I've seen him.
and I think he's fairly tall. I can't remember his measurements though,
Let me
but
see.
he'll be out there on the edge. I couldn't remember if he's the slaughter on the edge as far as DB because we have some DBs that they're going to play like more in the nickel area
Right.
um, and not out on the edge.
Exactly. Let me see. Um,
Let's see if you see that one. I've looked everywhere. Cannot find that listed. I
let's
had.
see. Yeah, coming out of Tyler Junior College. It's really kind of hard to tell, but I can see him being an interior DB, just living in the flats, making a lot of tackles. Um, I make sure we're gonna have 5 DBs on the field majority of the time.
And I do know that we had we also in the special teams um, we can't forget that we had one of the best long snappers in the SWAC, Stewart,
Right.
and the coaches said we added to that too. So we're going to be definitely looking good there because if you recall that game against Rice, man, the
I'll
long
never forget
snap
it.
put him back in the game.
I'll never forget the heartbreak knowing that we really should have won that game. And this year we
Uh,
can't let them off the hook. It's normally been us letting them off the hook. This year, I think if we punch them in the mouth, they're gonna lay down and give up.
hmm
We just gotta
And
we just gotta start hot.
yeah, well, they won't give up because it'll still be early in the season. But we're just gonna have to come off that hill, like Coach said.
That's true. That's true. I'm really excited for that UTRGV game. Uh, they seem to be getting a lot of traction and a lot of support in the Rio Grande Valley area. And
hmm
I don't know how good the team is going to be. I know a lot of newer programs do tend to be. a little bit behind the SWAC normally when they come out. But you just never know. You never could tell. I know they have really nice facilities, but I'm excited to see them play and see how this hopefully a potential out of conference rivalry can kind of just start and start a home and home series between each other.
Yeah, and you know what? That team, people are sleeping on that one, but that team is definitely on the rise. Really, I think their season tickets sold out.
Sold
Uh,
out, man, and they have
this,
a fairly big stadium that they recently purchased.
yeah, people don't know that name, but they, I think they have a lot of students, like 30,000 or something. It's a
They do, and
big
they're pretty
school.
good at basketball, and they're pretty good at baseball. When I played baseball on the hill, we used to have a series with them every year, and they used to sell out their own baseball games. Like every game was a sold out game.
Really hot as it is during baseball games. They
I'm so
sold.
serious. They would sell it out, and they would heckle us. They had a real hometown crowd. They didn't have these cowbells, but it was something like when you swing it around, it sounds like a siren is going off. It was crazy. They have a real home crowd, home feel to them that I think is gonna catch a lot of people by surprise if you have to go play them over there.
Yeah, and I think I got my first taste of them, and when we played them in basketball, I remember
Hmm.
they had a pretty hostile crowd because
Yeah.
I hadn't heard of them, and I was like, "Man, we can go down there and do something to these people." Man, the crowd was hostile, man. The gym was a little bit dark, and
Yeah.
crowd was hostile, boy. They
Yeah. They
they
get they get a little wild out there. It's
yeah,
a pretty
and
cool
they had a
environment.
lot of fans at that game.
Man, they are really really good as far as their crowd support. So that's why it wouldn't surprise me if in 2 to 5 years, they're actual contending team in their conference.
Yes, yeah, I think they're gonna come on really quick. Um,
Hmm.
we wanted to roll around to. We did the meat eaters on both sides. We got to talk about those medium side. Well, they're not medium, but compared to the meat eaters, they medium. The big nasties that are the second line of defense, the linebackers.
Yes,
Um, I was looking at Xavier Evans. I remember his tape, and he was one of the ones that gave us some issues when we played Houston Christian.
Christian.
So
Yep.
we
Yeah.
had somebody defect over from the team that put a pretty good whooping on us. And he came over. I think he'll get a chance to play with some good numbers. We had the linebacker from Valdosta come over, and
Gardosa. Yeah. I know you got
yeah,
Sterling Roberts coming over.
yeah,
He
Roberts
had a
is
pretty good season last year for Valdosta. Uh, he's a downhill guy. He's a thumper. He's hard. He likes to meet you in the hole. I, hey, like I said, I see a lot of blitzing from our linebackers this year. I
yeah.
think we're gonna see some thumping.
And I think with him, he's kind of a weird size because I think you can kind of move him to the nickel side as well and shoot him in from there.
Hmm.
I looked at some video of the 212 defense, and if he grabs a hold of you, that's where you're gonna stop right there.
Right.
Uh, he's not trying to just bump you and hope you fall down. He's gonna hit you and wrap you up, and it's he seems to have some pretty strong hands, so it's gonna be tough if he gets you. And but he's gonna be tough along with Evans coming over. And I think that's going to be a tough one to deal with.
Right.
Um,
And we lost a lot at that linebacker position this year. Shoot, we
mhm.
lost we lost an all swag linebacker. That played that position, and we lost two of them, two of our starters. Uh, so we're pretty much it's gonna be new faces in that linebacker room. But I'm interested to see. I don't believe that we'll miss a step defensively on the linebacker position, and that's not a slight at the guys that left. I just think that
Oh, not at all. The guys
you
that
know
left were good. They were
right,
good.
right, especially Aiden Jones. I just think that we're replacing them with talented guys that that can meet that expectation, and I think the coaching staff that we have is going to be able to put all these weapons in the best situation to make plays and to be great. And, so all those things are factored in in these opinions.
Right. And Delvin Johnson's right. That's exactly who I think about when I watch Roberts is Story Jackson. And
Hmm.
my son lived in the dorm, and Story Jackson came by, and if I remember right, he's from because I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. He's from up that way too.
Okay.
And he walked by and was talking to me, and I mean, he looked like he looked like this. I like he's a big old linebacker. And that's who Sterling Roberts remind me of. And see, the thing that's going to help him too is he'll be paired up with his teammate from Valdosta, Kennedy Parker. So, the linebackers are kind of the quarterback of the defense. So they should be able to get people in the positions they need to be in um, as well to make the defense go.
Right.
So I'm really liking the fact that he'll be on the defense with somebody that he has chemistry with, and the crazy thing is if they're in there together, then you'll have that middle that they're all familiar with each other because you can't forget Elijah Juan Sparks, who I was talking about earlier, the
Right.
347 pounds. That's a big dude. Boy.
Come on.
I've seen him. Um,
We
And with all of them together, or at least on the same defense, that's going to be some chemistry to where they can get the other guys up to speed. Um, and we lost a kicker, but we did get another kicker, Aiden Webb.
right.
And I mean, I don't think that guy ever stops practicing.
Right. I was just gonna say that he got a video every day of the week.
Man, he is always putting a foot to it, boy. I tell you. And so I'm interested to see how that's going to work because we lost a pretty good kicker, but he's really good as well. So it's going to be an interesting run. Now, one of the other guys we didn't mention about SWAC Media Day was the tight end that came over from Northwestern, Trayvon Jones,
Jones. Yeah.
and I had a chance to meet him when we visited with the team, and I'm like, man, Coach Smith might break in the locker room and steal that guy. He is tall. I'm like, there's no way I'm not gonna get close to the goal and try at least try to see if anybody could contest with him. He's I don't know how tall the roster says he is, but he got to be 6'7".
So
And
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It's
and
it's a few guys that look closer to 6'6", 6'7" than 6'4".
yeah, yeah, and he's a lean tight end, so he might be one of the in between guys because if I remember right, he's pretty fast for a tight end. He's not a hefty downhill only block kind of tight end. He's a guy that's going to go out there and catch the
Yeah.
ball as well.
And it's been a while since we had a tight end that was able to be a vertical threat. Uh, Shoot, it's been at least 4 years. I would say at least since Dooley, I would believe.
Yeah, Dooley had a tight end. Dang, I
Can't
can't
remember
think of
his
his
name
name.
right now, but he
Number
was pretty
75.
good.
I'm picturing
Uh,
him.
but
Holcomb. No, is it Holcomb? Dang, can't think of it.
But yeah,
But somebody.
that was the last tight end I could remember that was really a true vertical threat. And that's just one of the things. This staff has recruited so well that we're no longer a one-dimensional team where we're gonna run the ball 40 to 50 times a game, maybe throw it 15, 17. We'll only throw it if you make us throw it, kind of thing. Um, I think we're gonna have so many ways to attack offensively. And it kind of puts it in perspective for me. We bring up previous wide receivers where their career highs or their season highs was 400 yards in a season, 300 yards in a season, 4 touchdowns. I think this is going to be the year we have an 800 wide receiver guy, multiple 600 wide receiver guys this year, and they'll be able to show out. I don't know how the running backs are going to be able to get touches. I'm going to be honest. I don't know.
Yeah.
We got a
And
lot of
see,
weapons.
yeah, it's and see that's the thing. If you remember, well, during the spring game, there were some, the running backs are in play. They
Right,
might block, but they're in play on those pass plays, and
right.
you can double the wide receivers if you want to, but um, they look pretty good on the checkdowns. The running backs did, and in space, some of those guys, they can be a problem in space. So I think that's going to be pretty good. And I think it looks like from looking at that 212, that I think the defense is going to put the offense in some good positions um, this time as well. We should be with the kicker that we have, and um, with the defense being a little stiffer this year, we should be able to flip the field a little more.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, the last I know last year we were eighth in the SWAC, if not ninth, in defense. The year before then, I know it wasn't top five. Uh, with the bodies that we have coming in, with the talent that we have coming in, if we're able to get that top four defense, that's a good enough defense to win it all the way to the Celebration Bowl. And that's been statistically proven. You don't necessarily have to have the number one defense in the SWAC, albeit two of them just so happen to have it. I think it was JSU 22, FAMU 23.
All
Uh,
right, Kay. All right, Kayla, you know what you just did, right?
what's that?
You might be too young to remember. Remember, it was a movie called that dude just died too, the Candy Man. And you
Okay.
know you can't say Candyman 3 times. We
Oh,
can't say Celebration Bowl on our show without the Jackson State people showing up.
oh Lord. Hey, the worst thing they did was give them people from Jackson internet. All right. That was the worst thing they did. But I hope that they
Oh,
make it
you're
out
right.
the East.
I never thought about that. That was the worst thing. We let them win a Celebration Bowl. It's over. They're never not going to win it again.
Exactly. That's all it is. But I hope they make it out the East. That's all I could wish them is luck. I hope they're able to get out of there. They got their own schedule to worry about. My only request is I would love to play them. They should come play us out of conference like they do Grambling or some other schools that's on the West. But I would love to
I
play
know.
them.
I want it to count if they play us. I want it
That's
to count.
true. That's true. But I haven't seen them in a minute.
Yeah. So it's a weird rotation with them. G Boom can explain it better, but it's a weird rotation with them. Like somehow we're stuck with Valley. The Alabama schools rotate, but some kind of way the schedule goes. Yeah, Zorian Holcomb. Yeah, number 7. Yeah, Holcomb was he. I think this
Oh yeah,
guy can.
Holcomb.
Holcomb did. Holcomb was like an extra wide receiver.
Yeah, he was
Um,
really good.
and yeah, Dante's right. Yeah, Robert's gonna have a good season because he's gonna be in there with some people he has chemistry with,
Yeah,
and the way you can put him anywhere, on the edge, in the nickel, in the middle, um, wherever we think they're gonna go, you can put Roberts there because he's kind of like a extra defensive tackle, cornerback, and safety all in one. So
right.
it's going to be interesting to see how they play him. Um, oh, you know what? I saw. Yeah, it is another one here. Another meat eater. They're my favorite guy. Um, Patrick Kendall the third. He came from SIU. So um, they have a lot of trench play, from schools in that conference. So um, that Missouri Valley conference, they got a lot of corn-fed dudes in that conference. So he's going to be looking to come in and mix it up as well on the D line. So I think that's going to be interesting. Let me go and see if I can find some episodes real quick. Oh, they said I talked about too many DBs, but at least can mention one another one. Ashton Ojaiku, and
Oh yeah,
he
yeah.
defected from Rice, so he'll be playing against his old school.
Definitely. I know and he's a really interesting player to me because if I'm correct, like a year or two ago, he won like MVP of his district or something like that, playing running back, and like he ran for over 1,000 yards. And with him playing safety, with the athletic ability I know he has, I don't know. Does he stay at safety? Does he go back to the offensive side of the ball? I know if he stays at safety, he's going to be everywhere. I know he could
Oh,
play.
that's right. He's the one. Um, I forgot about that. Yeah, he does both sides. So
Yeah,
uh,
he's a unique situation. So I don't know if he's gonna stay to one side of the ball. I know he's gonna be on kick return. Um,
okay,
but I mean that kid's an athlete, man. I mean, like
and
like I said, if he's able to get on the field, what position I don't know, but I know he has speed. I know he's shifty. I know he can make plays in the air to get the ball. Like I said, but it's so many DBs. We just don't know.
there's so many receivers, you just don't know. But maybe we'll stick him over there in the slot and maybe jet sweeps, or because he's pretty good athlete, that one.
Right.
So that's going to be pretty good. We just need we have all the players in the world, but we need the fans to show up.
Oh, that's a that's a whole issue within itself. Um,
Yeah, it
uh,
was.
I hope we'll be able to get people out. Um, I know they're coming out for the Labor Day Classic, so even though that's a road game, I know people will be able to show up in droves, help TSU out, sell some seats. But that first game versus UTRGV, I believe that's at home, right? That's week 2.
That we're home first. Yes.
Yeah, so that's our first home game, our home opener. I'm excited for that one. I can't wait to be at that one personally. I'm gonna have to try to go ahead and get my tailgate crew together because I think that's a home opening blowout, and
We
it's gonna
hope.
be a party.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a party.
Yeah,
So
I think one
I'm
of our
excited.
defectors went over there, so he'll be coming for some revenge.
Hey, hey! Everybody looks for revenge. You don't always get it. That's
Let's
the
get it.
problem. Trust me, I know one thing about it, especially dealing with FAMU in 2023. So,
Oh, they did not see that one coming. They
man,
don't. They don't even talk about that game.
oh, they act like it never happened. But
Yeah.
I understand. You lost to PV, then you roll around and you lose to Mississippi Valley State. Man, that's a long year. That was a long year for those guys, and we beat them down so bad. It was crazy. We knocked the quarterback out in the first quarter. Then it becomes a turnover fest for him. Before you know it, it's 31.
Yeah, something weird about the way PV plays defense. It's not the defense you want to, even when the defense wasn't the best, it's not a defense you want to run your quarterback to death on.
Oh,
That was,
definitely.
yeah, because that was the issue with, Andrew Body had that issue because they wanted to run him a lot when we played them, and it got him dinged up. And then remember Houston Christian, the first time we
Yeah.
played them, they had that really big quarterback, but they wanted to run him a lot.
Hmm.
The game.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah.
they want you to run the quarterback, and then that's it's going to be an issue.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, that one is going to be really interesting. Oh, seemed like you mentioned this guy in our chat, Joseph Akala from Houston. He's Trinity Valley defensive back, but he's a
Joseph
Houston guy. I thought you knew him from Houston.
Joseph Akala. Okay,
He's a
from East.
defensive back.
Okay.
I thought you knew that one.
Yeah, we didn't got so many DBs, man. It's at least 15 of them.
Oh no, it's a lot of them, and I think because they're gonna have more DBs coming in than defensive linemen. They're gonna be moved. I guess that's why the D line has to be so big because it's not gonna be 4 or 5 of them across.
So I'm gonna be about three of them majority of the time, and then mixing up between if we send in the Mike or the Will through those gaps, and then like I said, some of those nickels are gonna dang near be linebackers. I'm gonna be honest with you.
No, he picked up some big nickel back and the
Yeah,
safety. It
yeah,
looked like you can't play safety for him if you're not at least 6'1", 210.
yeah. You're a back. You're a mini linebacker essentially. You're athletic, a more athletic linebacker. So it's going to be a lot of rotation on the DB side, but also defensively, that was our weakest position for the last 3 years, somewhere
Probably
around.
about 3, yeah, about 3
We could
years.
say that. I could confidently say that. So that was a must need position that we needed to address, and we haven't had an all SWAC, even honorable mention corner since Stubblefield. No, 2021, I think.
Um, did Bryce Turner get? No, Bryce
I
Turner
don't.
wasn't
Yeah, I
there.
don't think he got an award. So that
Yeah,
was our last, awarded defensive back. So that was a major need that we had to address, uh, especially with depth too. So I think that was the one of the things that I would give this staff an A+ on recruiting wise for off season needs.
yeah, because I think the depth at D back and quarterback was pretty major, and also, but we had some athletic D backs last year. It's just the scheme and the discipline. I think it was a lot of times, and I don't know if it was the D backs IQ or if it was where they told them to be in the scheme, but we did have some weird just holes where the other receiver would just be uncontested and running along, and you're like, dang, where's the safety? And it was just
Right.
really weird some of the passes that we gave up. And I think we're going to be, and we have some returners that they haven't been talking about too. Like, yeah, look, Rosie just mentioned Eric Zachary. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, so, oh, we must have got our first Jackson State person here. Said we're talking about winning the Super Bowl. So I told you all you had to do was mention Celebration Bowl. We'll get some Jackson State people in the chat.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
What's going
Yo,
on?
the
Hey,
man
listen,
with the sh-
Zachary is my guy. That's the one guy who he's gonna be a true sophomore this year. But I'm really excited about him. I mean, now we brought a lot of depth in at the DB position, at the wide corner position, so it's not nobody is guaranteed anything, right? But even just seeing him last year and also seeing him in the spring game, he got his
spring.
hands on 3 balls in the spring. Like what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
he
if
was good.
brings in half of the balls he touches, man, I think he's gonna have a great year. And he's really like my I don't know if I can call him a sleeper, right? But I really feel like he's my sleeper pick as far as like a guy who maybe out top, look at and see is like, okay, he can come out and start to have like an all swag type of year. I really think, what I mean, Eric Zachary is a guy that can do that, man. Even though he's super young, but
I didn't know he was
he
that
just has
young. Yeah,
knack for playing that DB position. So, you know.
yeah. And those balls he got his hands on weren't just given to him. He really had a nose for it and went to it because um, I noticed during the spring game we took care of the ball better than we had been. So we I think we did the positions pretty good, Lionel, but you might want to go in a little more depth on the list you have because we didn't go over. We went over Sterling Roberts and
Yeah,
A lot.
I saw Mr. Dante in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you for checking out the show. Hey, let us know, man, if you want to come up and share. I know you've seen the 212 defense like pretty
Yeah,
intimate over the last few years. If you have some particulars, man, just about what we can expect, we would love to hear your thoughts on that too as well. Um, but I definitely think Sterling Roberts is a guy that's going to come and have a great year, have a chance to have an all SWAC type of season. Like I think Taylor already mentioned, he's a guy that definitely plays downhill. I saw somebody also mention they remind him of Story Jackson, right?
yes,
Um, I think, man, he's gonna be he's like a cleanup man. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's gonna get and Coach Jackson, I'm watching him talk about some stuff during his coaches clinic. Talks about how they like to what they call spill, right? You know what I'm saying? And so that means those linebackers gonna get an opportunity to really, pick up a lot of tackles with how they kind of decide to plug gaps as scheme wise, right? So I was truly interested in that. And I don't think I heard you guys talk about the offensive line, but I mean, we're bringing over a guy who was just all conference, all American, right? Like honorable mention in Jeremiah Mawali, right? Who
Right.
originally went to James Madison and
Yep.
now is coming to Prairie View. Like, I don't think we understand that we literally brought back five starters on the offensive side of the offensive line, right? And a few years ago, we talked about the offensive line. Well, one of the big reasons the offensive line was so strong was because, man, those guys played in the system sophomore, junior, senior year, right?
yeah.
Like
They
they
stay
had time to
together.
grow and develop
Hmm.
real snaps, right? Well, we
Right.
actually bringing back all five of those guys, right, who played together, except Boone, right? Boone is the one who left and went to North Carolina, right?
Right.
Oh yeah,
So
sure did. Yeah, he went to
he
North
played.
Carolina.
I think Boone played right tackle, right? So that's the
Yeah,
only guy we missing. But the other four are all coming back. But not only that, but then we brought in the room guys who also have experience and older guys, right, who've been in college systems to come and fight for positions, right? Bringing in, I saw y'all mention Raekwon Bell, who's an All American, Under Armour All American, coming out of high
Yep.
school. So we also brought a lot of talent in that room, and so I think that's one of the I think one of the things I'm super excited about is just every room has competition. There's
Yeah.
literally no room. There's
yeah.
probably not any room that you can name right now and say there's probably maybe in the O line room you can name maybe one or two pieces. Say, man, I think these guys are probably most likely guaranteed to start at this specific position, this position, right? Outside of that, really, you know what I'm saying? Maybe one guy on the defensive line, you know what I mean? Like probably one guy in the linebacker room. But outside of that, can we really put our hands on who we believe is going to start in every single position? Probably not, because the truth is
No,
there's
I don't
so
think
much
so.
talent in every room. It's not even like it's like we just have no idea, right? It's like no, like dude, like I mean, we got Lamar J. McDowell back. We just brought Brandon Campbell over, right? Who was at U of H and UMass, and then we got a guy like Chase Bingham who had an awesome freshman year in four games. He was named Pittman All American, right?
Sure is.
Pay me attention, right? We brought a Pittman. He's Pittman All American in 4 games, right? And show his burst, right, and speed. So in every room, right, you got competition. So I'm super excited about that for sure.
And we didn't spill the beans on your trigger, man. Everybody's beating us up about it, but I know that's your special show.
We got a special show coming. I see Elvin in the chat. Hey, we got a QB1 show queued up. Don't worry, we're gonna be dropping that soon for everybody. So make sure y'all like that. Make sure y'all hit the notification bell and make sure y'all subscribe to the channel when we drop that. You know what I'm saying? But I did want to talk about. I don't know if you guys talked about this earlier, but I saw this dropped on Instagram a little earlier today. I wanted to get y'all thoughts on this, and y'all, everybody in the chats and the comments too. Last time we played Rice, man, and I understand we got a new coach, new system. People feel like they don't know much about what's going on. But Rice is in the same position they were in that same time period back in the day when we gave them a chance, when we had a chance to win. Right? They got a new coach. Right? They lost their trigger man. They lost their, all everything running back. They're also in a position where they're starting afresh and anew. And so I don't see and understand why Prairie View and Rice isn't a game that people are looking at and saying, hey man, with the talent that Prairie has brought in, they have an opportunity to have a shot to win that game.
Hey, Lionel, we losing your audio.
Uh,
How's that? You losing the audio.
Hello, can you hear me?
yeah, I hear you.
Can you hear Mr. Carey?
Uh,
I
say it
kind of hear some.
again.
Kayla, you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Mr. Carey, can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. The last part, yes.
Okay, so I was saying, the last time we played Rice 2018, obviously we all remember that game. We all had a shot to win that game. I understand that we have a new coaching staff. We have new team. People kind of also feel like they don't necessarily know everything about what's going on here. So I understand those things. But it's clear that we brought in a lot of talent right across the board, right? Every position. And it's clear that Rice is also in a position to where they're also going to have a first year head coach. They're also trying to figure out who their trigger man is going to be because he left out and went to, I think, Fresno State. That everything running back also left out. Why isn't that game on this list, for example, right? You know what I'm saying? Not to say that's a game that everybody choose, right? But why is
Right.
that game even in the mindset of peripheral that, hey, this is actually a game that is actually winnable for Prairie View, especially based on what Rice has been the last few years, and also based on just their current situation right
I feel like it's just depending on the region. To me, it looks like they said, "Oh, I'm gonna pick the two most popular teams out of the SWAC, and then I'm gonna pick the two most popular teams out the MEAC. Let's see what FBS game they could win." And then they just went and rolled with it. I don't think that the people that produce these flyers are genuinely and passionately doing their research when they create these flyers. It's just something to talk about.
Yeah, and I think the team also, because it was weird. Last time we played Rice, I expected the depth to catch up with us pretty bad, but it didn't like I thought. What caught up with us in that game was special teams and
Right.
discipline.
Yeah, and we had our own turnovers. But just looking at how Rice did last year in the American, keep that in mind. They didn't have a winning record. They paid a bunch of NIL money for quarterbacks that didn't work out. If I'm correct, their head coach is gone. So I think we can literally run into Houston and leave with a win. I think that's a very winnable game. I like that over Jackson State and Southern Miss, who genuinely got blown out the last time they played them. I think it was like 33-7. South Carolina State. I'm not too familiar with the MEAC teams, but Denver, South Florida. I just can't see that them realistically beating them. FAMU beating FAU. The way FAMU looked last year and their recruiting class wasn't just spectacular. That's another L. And North Carolina Central. I'm looking at 4 losses.
Now, what about the South Carolina State? Is that Tulane they're playing?
That's USF, South Florida.
Oh, that's Florida. Okay.
Yes, sir. South Florida and the American.
Trying to remember how didn't Fam play them last year? I'm trying to remember how that went.
I don't think it was close. If it's the
It
FAMU I
wasn't
knew from
close.
last,
Okay.
that's if it's the FAMU I know from last year.
Yeah, and I haven't looked to see what they were bringing back. So you don't like the JSU at Southern Miss?
I don't. They're 0-3 versus them. If I'm correct, the last time they played them, it was a few years back. Let me see if I could get it pulled up, but I don't see them making it a close game versus Southern Miss unless Southern Miss had everybody enter the transfer portal and they have no head coach. A situation that I'm unfamiliar with. I'm just not seeing it. Their offense wasn't that explosive last year, and with the talent that they're having to replace, I'm not seeing them going over there and leaving with the win.
Didn't know I hit my mute. I thought Southern Miss. I thought they were going to be kind of like Rice. I thought they were starting over too. So, but I couldn't remember for sure on that one. But I don't. Yeah, I can't call it on that one. And you said FAMU. You're not liking them in that one either, right?
No,
Oh, okay.
nah, not at all. I'm not even gonna give them hope. I'm not even gonna give
Yeah,
them the pleasantry and the thought that they're gonna go to FAU and beat them. They can't beat
man.
us.
I'm gonna tune in to the Jackson State Southern Miss one though. I thought I could have sworn it's something weird with Southern Miss. I can't remember why. Oh, Doc's in the chat. He might can tell me. They either don't have a QB one. It's something weird with that team. That was the reason why I wanted to see that game.
Yeah, the only thing I know them for is the Brett Favre money. But other than that, other than that, I don't know too much about them.
Yeah, I think that they're. I had to ask Doc on that one. I think they're vulnerable too. They have the QB one. Okay, it was something about that team. I don't remember for sure, but it was something I was thinking that might have been they were a little bit vulnerable this year. But uh, oh, they have Marshall's team. Ooh, okay. Well, maybe. Okay, stand corrected on that one. Okay, maybe not. All right. But they have a lot of Jackson State fans at the game. I don't know if they're real far or not, but I think I heard a lot of Jackson State people saying they want to go to that one.
Yeah, but I mean, shoot, they travel to every game. Yeah, they go to their own games. They come to our games. That's a traveling fan base. And shoot, a lot of people from Jackson live in Houston, right? So they're kind of all over the South. That for them is not something for me that puts them over the edge. They always have fans. Uh, I feel like they're replacing a lot of pieces, and they're coming into to a fresh season. And I don't think they're as strong as they were even last season, which in my opinion
What?
I don't think so.
Ah, I guess I had to quit listening to so many JSU channels because I was under the impression there wasn't any point in playing the season and we could just skip on over to the Celebration Bowl, that they're going to easily win.
Hey, they say that every year. I've seen them say it, and they went 1-9. So they say that every year. You know, last
So we
year they
can't
were
say
right.
it too? Well,
Last year
we
they were
can't
right.
say it. Yeah, we're just PV. We can't say
No,
it.
no, it's fine. It's fine. You know, every dog has his day.
Yeah, that's I hate we're not on their schedule though, but it's okay. Maybe we'll catch them next year. So, and you said North Carolina Central, no, right?
North Carolina Central, no.
I know.
I might be coming off as very harsh, but I see some 0-4s. I would have liked if they would have provided a little bit more teams. Maybe about 2 to 3 more games. That would really be nice. But if I could have added that in there, I added the PV Rice game. I think that would have been great. That would have been a great game to watch. And like I said, Rice last year was terrible.
Hey Doc, can you hear us? I think
Yeah, I can
Rondo
hear
brought you up.
y'all, man.
Okay, we got you. Okay, you're in there.
All
So
right.
give us some
Yeah.
insight on that Jackson State Southern Miss game. We seem to be flying blind right here.
Yeah, look. Okay, so don't get me wrong. Southern Miss last year, they was horrible under Will Hall. That's the reason why he did get fired. Um, don't get me wrong. I do like the pickup of Charles Huff from Marshall, and
Hmm.
getting some of the players from the Marshall team, right? But But when you said the last time we played USL, we got blown, we got beat down. We were under a bad team. That was Tony Hughes' team right there. So let's that's number one. and then number two, you said our offense wasn't as explosive, but our offense led the whole league in total offense. Um, Statistically, I mean, we were almost an evenly matched team. We were more like a 60-40, 60 on the run, 40 on the pass.
Right.
Yeah, you were running that year.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, y'all running that ball.
yeah, they were running the ball that year. Yep.
So we were running the ball. So I think most people think like, okay, because Irv Mulligan is not gonna be there no more. I mean, he's not there because he graduated. He moved on. A lot of those offensive pieces, like Isaiah Spencer, he's moved on to Virginia Tech. That we don't have, but as same with for y'all at Prairie, Jackson State has reloaded themselves too. The best thing about it is the best thing about us offensively is the fact that we have our same quarterback from last year. So that's the to me that's one of the common denominators of what we got. And then defensive wise, the only key pieces that we lost were in the defensive backfield. Of course, where it says Guthrie gone, Robert McDaniel, he's in the NFL right now. But
Mhm.
Cubic Wiggins, he's veteran offensive coaching back in here in Texas. The same thing we can say for our offense, we can say for our defense. We did reload and we did revamp for our defense. The key now instead of from what we experienced years ago for both teams is if you opted into the house settlement, you grow your roster to 105. That is the key now because now we can't say that, and that's even on TV side. We can't say that we don't have the players to play with these guys right here, especially in the group of five. Because to me, they're number glorified FCS teams in the group of five.
I agree. I agree.
Hey, don't beat me. I'm just putting it out there. Like I
You put it out
mean,
there, Doc. All
I
right.
put it out there. Now there is some G5 teams that could actually play like a P4 team.
Right.
There's out there. But the teams that we're playing on our schedule, like for us, yourself, we see Central, we see FAMU. Um, it's I think we can actually get with these guys. And remember, the last time I'm gonna tell you like this: so FAMU played South Florida a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They gave him
They held
33.
they held with South Florida for a whole 2.5 quarters
Yep.
until I think this was Musa's year. Musa, I think
Yep.
he fumbled the ball and threw an interception. But other than that, they was giving it to them guys the whole time, really in the whole game.
Right.
Let, you know, of course, you can say with us, like last season when we played ULL, we had a chance to beat them. The
Y'all should have been.
quarterback, we should have beat them. The quarterback didn't do anything. It was all running. We gave up a little bit over, I think a little bit over 150 yards of rushing on it for that team against that team, which turned out to be a bad ULM team later on down the line.
Right.
Um, and even in 21, we could have beat them. We should have beat them.
Right.
We lost that game by 5 points.
Yep.
They did not, no, not even 5 points. We lost that, what's that, 12, was it 12? Yeah, 12-7. He threw a late game interception. That's what sealed the game for them. But we should have won that game. It was a lot of factors, but that's what I'm saying. When the last time we played USL, we were a bad team. I figured this would be a great matchup now since both teams actually have we can have 105 players on our roster. We have the depth. We have the big boys up front because that's all that's only the difference between SDS and a group of five or a P4
Yeah.
is that front seven is the front four or the big uglies of on the offensive side. But skill wise, I think we can match up with them. I don't even know who they I don't know who their QB is. I haven't even scouted the team yet because
Right.
I ain't even worried about that game. I'm worried about Hampton right now. and,
Yeah, that
and,
was our
and,
hey,
and
yeah, that was
I ain't
our
gonna lie,
really,
y'all beating them though, man. I ain't gonna
and,
lie.
yeah.
and really, to be honest with you, bro. I'm really worried about. I'm really waiting on the Labor Day class
Yeah.
because that's the first game I even talk about.
Yeah.
Because I am in Dallas, I, I gotta talk about it because it's Texas. So it's the battle for the state. So it's a battle for to me. People say Greater Houston, but I think it's just a battle for the whole state of Texas in black college football.
Oh,
Uh,
Right.
definitely. Definitely. I
Yeah.
would agree with you on that.
And
so
that's the
that would
one
be my first thing to talk about.
because that was crazy that nobody mentioned that as a rivalry game. And I'm like, dude, that one's about as high stakes as you get. Because you're two
Yeah,
games, almost you're basically 2 games down if you lose that game. It's
right.
division and flag.
It's only because TSU they haven't held up their end of the bargain, and it was
They
9 years
held up
before
last year.
last year. But even then, like let's say, so it's either they lose to us, play good, they might upset Southern, upset Grambling, and then lose at the tail end of the season. They always just flare out at the end of the year, which is why I feel like not too many teams take them seriously when we say, hey, this game in
Hey,
particular might determine the SWAC West.
I can't say, hey, I ain't gonna take them serious. I got to take this team seriously now because
Right,
you got to just going Texas Southern like they beat me. And look, it seemed like they almost own Alcorn the last 4 years, right?
right,
They played, the last not as besides last season, but the season before, y'all was in a shootout with them.
right.
Yeah.
Everybody playing with pretty much one arm.
Yeah. Yep. Had to be
so
time.
so just think about if his shoulder his throwing shoulder was not messed up. Just think about what that game would have been if he would not thrown those 3 interceptions late in the game too. So in fact, that game should have even went into overtime. Since Southern should have beaten y'all in that game in the shell.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's neither here nor there.
Right.
The 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 thing about with Texas Southern is that you don't know who. Last season, other divisions, you didn't know who was going to be the starting quarterback. You didn't really know who was going to be the starting running back because he did tell everybody he does. Your playing time goes by how you do well in your practice throughout the week and stuff.
Right.
Uh, but I think I would take them seriously, especially because it is a conference game and it's a division game for the first game of the season.
That's the thing.
Y'all are the only ones who play a division game in the conference early in the season.
Right.
Nobody else does that.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a good test for us. And hopefully, we able to come and show out. Uh, and all the excitement that we've been talking about on the off season is able to come to life. Of course, everything might not be put together week one, but hopefully we're able to at least see the talent and the different athletes that we brought in over the off season.
Right.
Yeah,
And
right.
Yeah, especially with
I
all that
really want to
turnover.
see y'all. Yeah, and I really want to see how y'all do it well. Do against Rice.
Right. And the reason why I think that they are beatable is because they were so bad last year. They paid all that money for I can't remember the name of the quarterback right now, but He was like a former 5 star, bounce around everywhere. It didn't work out. Their coaches is in the hot seat. If I'm correct, they only won 2 conference games in the American, and the American was weak last year. So I just think that I know they're gonna give 100% to PV because it's a must. It's a must win game for them.
No, they got to win that
They
game.
got to
Yeah.
win this game. They gotta throw everything they got. They lose this game, they might get fired that night. But I think that's an upset alert game. Only due I believe that Rice is the worser team between them and Southern Miss. Like that's the only correlation there.
Hmm.
And I can see Marshall. I can see not Marshall, but I can see USM. I mean, my thing is jumping out on them early and jumping out on them fast. Because
Right.
get them down by 14 points. Ooh, they got to do a whole bunch of adjustment in that game because now they're instead of them being up, now they're down. They're playing catch up, and especially being down to an FCS team and most notably HBCU team
Right.
is not going to be a good look for them folks down in Hattiesburg. But
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting game because they're going to remember last time, and they are going to be. They're not going to just look past us. So that's what's going to make that game interesting. And back to that Labor Day Classic, I think that game is the most fascinating because Prairie View is going to have to, TSU's core team does have some chemistry that, out of the ones that didn't leave. They still have some left, some pieces left that has chemistry. We'll have to, we basically have a team that's they haven't been together when the bullets are flying. But like I said, the before. I'm excited about Sterling Roberts being in the center of the defense with 2 teammates that were at his other stop. So that'll be some chemistry for us. And like Lionel said, we have 4 to 5 young offensive linemen that were there last year that should have some chemistry if they start. And if they don't start, that means that the newer guys played even better. So that will be impressive just as well. And I think we'll have improved play at the defensive back, which is kind of what kept TSU in the game last year was some of the passes that KJ Cooper did. And I'm under the impression that he's going to be the one that comes back. But like I said before on another on our early podcast earlier, I think last week, is the Labor Day Classic is a lose lose for us. If we win, people will be like Crooks saying you only beat them because they're not good. If we lose, then they'll say, "Well, Prairie View wasn't nothing like we thought." We don't know what to expect. I do know I've seen some clips of Texas Southern. They're bigger than they were last year, just like we are. But they're always pretty big in the trenches. We've just always been able to overcome it. I'm just curious to see how that works out because I just don't think you can write Texas Southern off like everybody else has been doing so far because everybody's looking for Southern to just blow through the West and win it all again. See. I just don't see that happening this
yeah, because you look at it a couple of years ago when we played Texas Southern in the Vic, they gave us some issues. They gave us some
year.
issues when we played them. And and when you think about it, like they tried to give us some issues last season, and then Coach Quinn making halftime, he making halftime adjustments on the defense, and it's like, hey, shut up. we playing shutout ball in the second half on the defense. Uh, but I look at it as the way y'all schedule look, the way it's set up. Really, I I picked y'all to at least go 10-2. Um, I don't know too much. I said you will lose to Rice. I don't know too much about what Rice football look like right now.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's not
Yeah,
bad.
and then the other game was probably, I think I'll say probably brother. Oh, and the reason why is because they homecoming by, but somebody reminded me last time y'all went down to Mumford, played them for homecoming, y'all beat the brakes off them by 27.
Yep, yeah, we did.
it wasn't pretty. They were
It was.
very,
I think I watched. I think I watched that game. I forgot. It was an ugly game.
yeah, it was an ugly game. And I saw somebody, they must have had their phone or something, but somebody was recording the game from the audience. And there were some words said on the southern side that we can't play on Lionel's show, but they were definitely not happy with PV after during and after that game. They wanted to tar and feather everybody on other staff. They were really hot. So yeah, they
So QB1, who QB1 gonna be?
Oh man, I believe I know who it is, but Lionel wants a special show for it. I can't give it up yet.
Give it up.
I can't give it up yet. I don't even know if I could give a hint out.
Mm.
well, I know who it won't be. It won't be me. Here's a for you. So oh, Lionel put his thing up he was asking us about from Corey Hogue. Uh yeah, here we go. Um where he's Tremaine Jackson aims to rewrite Prairie View's legacy. This is kind of long. I won't read the whole thing, but uh, talked about Prairie as a passionate fan base that wants the Panthers to succeed on the gridiron. The passion is one reason PVA&M chose to not renew Bubba McDowell's contract. Finishing 5-7 overall, 3-5 in conference play in 2024 wasn't enough for the administration, despite the former Houston Oilers standout leading the Panthers to the SWAC West title in 2023. However, everyone, including the fan base, was surprised when Tremaine Jackson was named head coach. Well, yeah, I was surprised too, and immediately started talking about winning the SWAC and the HBCU national championship during his introductory press conference. Um, Not sure what else they wanted him to say other than he plans to win it all. Maybe he wasn't supposed to say that. Just say, "Oh, we're going to try." I don't know. It wasn't coach speak then, and Jackson has only reinforced his confidence since arriving on campus. Now that I've been here 3 months, my expectations are higher. When I walk in the door, I'm here and I see what this place has become, Jackson said. We can win the SWAC West, we can win the SWAC championship, and we can compete in Atlanta to win the whole thing. We can definitely we can do that extremely fast, but not in such a hurry that we make missteps with the program. I tell our coaches all the time that the expectations are high and not from anyone else but us. The fan base has responded positively to Jackson's bravado. Still, he hears the detractors, and we hear them, of course, every day. I'm not sure our fans really believe we can get that done in year one. And the thing to that is, oh yeah, and that's what led to. That's the context of I think this was on your show, Doc. So don't try to
Was
hide. They
I ain't
were
hard,
joking.
was
They were calling him the white man. And they said, because this is where he said, I'm not sure our fans really believe we can get that done year one. I think they want us to because it's good for them to talk noise to other people who went to other schools, Jackson said. But I hear the chatter about how it normally takes me until year three to win. If you think it's going to take me until year three to win here, I'm a white man. So, Doc, y'all was
it?
roasting us on the show. It was,
That's the quote. No, I really did. I really did roast out because just by looking at his record and what he did at Valdosta, even though yes he took over a whole loaded team, but it's like he didn't let that stop him. Yeah, he went to two straight Division two championship. I'm looking at him like where when he comes in, he wants to like yeah, he wants to win now. I can say the same thing with Coach, with Coach Taylor over with us, with Jackson.
Right.
We knew what we had. Like he wanted to win in year one. He did not care about how it was going to look. He wanted to win the whole thing in year one. We didn't get it done. Like we got it done in year two. And now he's in his third year. I mean, hey, it is what it is. But normally yes, it does take almost at least uh, two recruiting cycles to get the program that you really want, to get the team that you really want. So I believe I'm putting this out there. I'm gonna Jackson State alone, but I'm putting this out there as a swag team, the swag alone that he can get it done in year one. He can get it done in year one. Now, if he don't get it done in year one, everybody with the age of the internet, age of YouTube and stuff. Oh, people are going to go back and put everything that he said and use it for pop. That's what they're gonna do. But
Doc,
I
what does it
think
even mean to say he'll get it done in year one? What do you mean by get it done? I don't understand
I
what you
think
mean
he
by
can. I think he can win. Don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna say he's gonna be confident, but I think he can win the division in year one. I think he can get to the flag championship game in year one. I just don't think he's
that's.
gonna win
I don't think that's saying
it.
anything special though. I mean, Graves got to the SWAC, won the SWAC West in year one. Coach Bubba, first year head coach. If he would have beat Valley, he would have got to the championship in year one, got to the championship in year two. I mean, I don't really think that's saying anything that he could win the West. I mean, to me, that's almost like, okay, so
But
really, like,
but, but at the same time, Lana, the way y'all won the West is basically you backdoor yourself to the championship game in the West.
say it again.
You backdoor yourself to the championship game in where the two times, the two
It
years.
don't. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't matter. First of all, it wasn't a back door. I don't understand how people say back door two times, right? Again, people would say all type of stuff, right? People say all type of stuff when a certain team gets there that they didn't think should get there, et cetera, right? None of that matters, right? At the end of the day, a first year head coach has got to the SWAC championship game over the last 3 years, right? So, and Coach Graves isn't even as accomplished as Coach Jackson. So, him winning the West ain't, to me, that's not even saying anything. That's almost like saying, man, as a dad, like you can be there for your kids. I mean, of course, that's par for the course. Like that's something you should be doing, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I believe you can graduate in 4 years. Yeah, that's what the track shows you're supposed to do, right? If you take all your classes on time, you're supposed to graduate in 4 years. That's not saying anything. That ain't, to me, ain't saying nothing special.
Well, 2023 we earned that though. We were the second. We had the second best record in the SWAC in 2023, and we
Yeah,
own the
I was
tiebreaker.
6-2 in the SWAC.
Yeah. Speaking of Alcorn ain't won the West the entire
Alabama
time
won the
they've
West.
been here, y'all. That's something I never expected.
I didn't either. I thought they
Yeah,
would do.
Alcorn won the East. I mean, not Alcorn. No, wait a minute. So I'm trying to remember because I'm trying to remember. This
Cause
did they move Alcorn to the West once once KU and Brown came into the conference, right?
yeah, cause
Yes,
yeah, since the switch, I think y'all had what 3 rings, and then FAMU got one. So
Got one, right?
yeah, so whoever won the East have been winning the whole thing, but Alcorn ain't even had a chance to get to the SWAC championship game.
Or Southern, they won the
Yeah,
West. They haven't won the whole thing since what? They haven't won the conferences what? 20
Like
was it
2013 or something like
2013?
that.
dang, woo, that's a
I don't
drought.
yeah.
understand the whole. I don't understand the D2 statements because majority of the high profile coaches who we talk about in HBCU history are
Come
D2
from
guys.
division.
Like
Right,
they
right.
came from D2. So
But
I'm
it's that stigma though, Lionel. It's the you know how most folks say like it's Division 2, like it's less of football, like you only give out 32 scholarships and stuff like that. It's that stigma. But I tell people if you watch a Division 2 football game, especially an HBCU Division 2 football game, you don't know what you're missing. Like there is some good football played in that division. Trust me, I feel don't get me wrong. Coach Jackson, what he did at Valdosta to take that team to the championship game 2 years in a row. But he ran into a buzzsaw against with Fair State. I mean, that's
Yeah, that
a that's
quarterback
a,
was
that's
a
a
beast.
buzzsaw.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but for what he for what he did for what he has done with that sport program, and now he's coming. He's on the hill, and he's trying to bring back glory days because that was 60 years ago. But also, I think we talked about this last time I was on here. Him getting the bravado talk. Like you gotta come out there and talk with your chest out, saying, "Yeah, this is what we gonna do." I'm not settling for anything less.
Right.
And anything less is a failure to him because he knows what he's capable of. And I understand what you're saying. Like you said, y'all want to win the sweat. You want to win the sweat unless you value a throwing cookies, but or pine bluff. But everyone want to win the sweat. You know what I'm saying? It's,
Right.
Hey, I like Hampton. Don't sleep on UAPB.
I mean,
So,
if he don't win 4 games, though, that
so
he out the gate.
Okay, okay. I know.
So before, because I know Kayla's gonna have to drop off here soon too as well. I want to read this last statement here and just get your thoughts before you dropped off. Those last two paragraphs, basically, it says, when something's been mediocre your whole life, why would you believe it'll be different? It's like a preacher telling you you're going to get a blessing when you've never been blessed. He said, "Listen, the fans." He's saying Steele Jackson will welcome every fan when the Panthers start kissing trophies, and he'll even let fans kiss the trophy for a donation. There'll be a little QR code to donate
I
before
like
you
that.
kiss the trophy, because this place deserves to be talked about among the best schools in the state. When you discuss the best football programs in Texas, you'll be talking about the Panthers. I don't know how long it'll take us to get there, but before I leave this place, the expectation will be to play in Atlanta every December. What's your thoughts on just Jackson's
Mm.
mindset, his thought process, what he's saying? Because he's not only saying all the right things, but even the moves are like putting Tartan State on the schedule, right? You know what I'm saying, et cetera, right? Those show that hey, that's what the aim and desire is. What's your thoughts before you jump off?
um, I just these are the words of somebody who's been there, done that, and not only knows his worth, but knows the university's worth and where he's able to take this program. Um, I know so far on paper, right? We haven't played a football game. It sounds like a lot of talk, but since he's got here, he's pretty much has honored his word the entire time. He flipped the
Yeah,
team around, got in 50 recruits, multiple 3 stars, multiple drop downs. I don't even think that's a term anymore since NIL, but that's another topic for another time. He also was able to, in my opinion, create a schedule that is fan friendly, considering our money making games are on the road this year. And also, he's been able to generate revenue and generate foot traffic that we never had on social media ever in our entire time for anything sports related. Uh, so, he's proven it on the D2 level. He's proven it at Valdosta, which is a very, very competitive football university. And I think he's going to be able to recreate that here. So uh, he just seems like a man of his word to me.
hey man,
Yeah.
like we say, he ain't lied yet, right? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
not yet.
I don't think he's lied yet. What we say? Go ahead, Mr. Kerry.
I was just gonna say, I just wanted to address Crook while he's flapping his gums in the chat that uh, Coach Jackson is not the offensive coordinator, and the offensive coordinator does not have a D2 background. So,
That's
and I don't
facts.
have to go into details to prove anything to anybody, but I'm
Yeah,
just
he's
saying
yeah.
you can expect what you want, but the offensive coordinator is a FBS person, so you can. you can look forward to all that all you want. But what I liked about Coach Jackson is he wasn't scared to surround himself with people that may know more than
Mhm.
him about their particular role in the coaching system. And it shows. So people can think he's gonna come out there and run D2 stuff and have D2 players. You'll find out after the ball is kicked
Yeah.
August 30th.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
it's gonna be on, man. Well, hey, listen. Again, we appreciate y'all for joining us this evening. Just want to remind everybody, hey, listen, your boy did get the invite to SWAC Media Day.
Okay. Okay.
If you
Yeah,
are,
there we
Hey,
go.
listen,
hey,
if
I
you are,
see you there Wednesday morning, bro.
I
You can
appreciate that.
ride with Doc. Doc, go down south and get him.
Listen, hey, we are a couple dollars short, right? You know what I'm saying, to be able to make this trip possible and happen. So if you desire, right, if you feel led to donate, you know what I'm saying, toward making this happen, definitely hit me up. Obviously, you can hit me up, PV versus everybody at gmail.com. Obviously, most of y'all got my socials, right? Y'all can reach out to me. But yeah, we're trying to put it together, trying to get it done. But you know what I mean? Gotta do it if we can do it, but if we can't do it, we can't do it, right? You know what I'm saying? So if you would like to support us in making this thing happen and making this thing go, definitely reach out to me. So we can see how we can make that work. But hey, listen, I appreciate all of y'all for all of y'all support throughout these past few years, man, to be able to build even to this point. Definitely being able to provide obviously a unique perspective, obviously a PD focused perspective on things. And so we'd love to get out there and to cover on the SWAC Media Day from that same perspective as well, that I think is unique, right? That uplifts the SWAC as a whole, right? And of course, that uplifts Prairie View University. So again, man, if you guys are interested in, and again, anything helps, you know what I'm saying? Because listen, it literally, just takes a couple drops from a couple people, right, to make big moves, right? So if you feel led to support in any way, then definitely hit me up and let me know and see if we can get this thing done, man. Because I would love to be there on site, on scene, to be able to bring y'all some coverage. Again, that I think is unique in this space, right? So again, appreciate all y'all for jumping on and supporting. Any last words, man? No, I'm not a civil engineer. I'm actually I'm an agriculture economics major. Actually, I didn't go to school for civil engineering.
That's
I
Hey,
crazy.
see
nah,
That was my degree too, man. That's crazy. I didn't know you was ag.
ag econ, baby. Hey, listen,
I didn't know you was
listen, ag
ag,
at Prairie
man.
View, man. Listen, we get it done. Man.
We
We
can't
we
eat without the
don't,
ag.
Right?
don't,
That's
hey,
crazy.
don't sleep on the agriculture, baby, though, man. Cause hey, y'all do a lot of things out there in this world, man.
They do a
Mr.
lot,
Johnny
Doc.
said,
Hey,
"Doc, you sound very confident tonight." All
hey, no, but when you
Hey, Doc was
All
when you
right,
saying
leave
the
fellas.
out,
10
Holla
toes
at y'all
on it.
later. Thank y'all for the
right,
opportunity,
Kayla.
man.
All right, Kayla.
when you leaving out, Lana?
So, yeah, so I'll be leaving. I'm actually gonna fly in. I'm gonna fly in on Wednesday morning. Get in. That's what the plan is right now. So, because my birthday is actually the day before, right? My birthday is actually on Tuesday. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
shit, y'all,
July 15th. So I'll be spending that time with my lovely wife and my baby girl.
make
But you know what I mean.
sure y'all donate to that.
Say it again.
I'm telling you, folks, make sure y'all get him for his birthday. Make sure y'all get him to come for media day, and hey, everybody, he's 115 people, 115 subscribers short of 1,000. Let's get him to 1,000, y'all. Let's get
Yeah,
him
let's
to a
push
1K.
over that one thousand mark. We heading toward that 1,000 mark too as well. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, if you have not subscribed to the channel, man, but you've been checking us out, make sure you go
Yeah,
ahead and
definitely.
subscribe. You know what I'm saying, to the channel. Show some love there. Of course, we on PV versus everybody. Of course, Instagram. You know what I'm saying? We on Twitter as well, right? And listen, we got some things in the work, man. We really working on doing some mini documentaries too as well. That I think is going to be awesome to just add to the conversation and add to the rich history of HBCUs, right? But be able to tell some of the stories of that history that comes from the Hill over here in Texas, right? You know what I'm saying? So we can continue to bolster that history and show what our schools have done in not just football, really, but all the different aspects of athletics and academics, etc.
Right.
So yeah, man. But yeah, hey, listen, if you ain't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. All right, you know what I'm saying. So he said, I thought you were a prosperity preacher. Nah. I don't listen. Ain't not over here. No, we don't do that prosperity preaching over here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Not in this household, right? You know what I'm saying? Listen, we preach the whole gospel. All right, the whole
He
everlasting
said,
gospel.
Even the
he
part
said
that
this ain't the
ain't.
Potter's house. He ain't TD Jakes.
Say it
Yeah.
again.
He said this ain't the Potter's house. He not TD Jakes.
No. Listen, no, we preach the whole gospel over here. You know what I'm saying? But listen, the gospel is a wonderful simplifier of life's problems. All right, you know what I'm saying? And so, if you got problems in your life, listen, the gospel helps solve it. That's just the reality. All right, you know what I'm saying? Jesus can definitely help solve those problems. So we will definitely preach that over here for sure. You know what I mean? But not that type of prosperity.
I
He said,
believe.
"You
I
two doctors
believe.
talking tonight. You PV Panthers have Doc a little scared." Hey, Johnny, that's what you
Look,
know.
y'all ain't got. Look, y'all say
That's
y'all
what,
got me scared. Ain't nobody scared. I just know what it is.
hey, listen,
I'm,
listen, Johnny.
He ain't never
That's
scared.
what Black Panthers do. That's what we
I'm
do.
with you.
All right, we listen. We tame tigers, jaguars, bears. Oh my, okay. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do.
I'm, a, I'm gonna be real with you. I feel TV should run the state of Texas in all types of football. FCS, FCS, FBS, Division Two, Division Three, NAIA. I think I can run the state with all the football.
Yeah. Doc want all the smoke.
Well, I'm it's football time
They
now.
say nobody's scared of a school with a D2 coach, Mr. Carey. That's what they say.
That's
Let,
hilarious.
What
me
Coach
put that.
what Coach Jackson said earlier? What Coach Jackson said earlier? He say, "Listen, when we come off that hill and they hear that cat 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 cat, they gonna show up. Then
Let me rebut.
they gonna
Let me
show up."
rebut that. They said the same thing about Coach Berry when he moved from Benedict to South Carolina State in year one. That man won the whole MEAC and went to the Celebration Bowl. He didn't get it all the way done, but he did a lot of things in his first year at South Carolina State, coming from Division Two Benedict College. So
That's facts. I mean that's facts. All I know is when we come off that hill, they gonna hear that cat 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 cat. That's what they gonna hear. Let me see if I find this so I can so I play. And man,
You
first of
know,
all, and I didn't say this earlier. Shout out to all the people that got their kids going to the bridge program. Starting this weekend. Coach Northern's son,
oh,
right? I had
Northern.
an awesome video. I wanted to pull it up, man. I couldn't get my phone to get it up, right? To show his son, right? You know what I mean? Going into the summer bridge program, man. He had a video of his son running in front of the football team back when he was coaching here, dancing with the band, and to see it full
Yeah,
circle. The
that video.
yeah, man. Obviously, I got Will, right? You know what I'm saying? His son, Will the third, right? You know what I'm saying? Just enrolled right at Prairie View. And so he's a part of the Summer Bridge program. And man, listen, shouts out to Yard Talk. Her daughter, right? You know what I mean? Is now a Prairie View A&M Panther. You know what I mean?
Yep,
Just
just dropped
started
her
the
off.
Summer Bridge program, right? You know what I'm saying? I saw her with a PV Mom shirt on, right? And so you're probably going to see her popping up at some games this year too as well. So that's also gonna be super interesting. But let me play this soundbite real quick, you know what I'm saying, before we get out of here so y'all can know what it is, man. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, when we come off that hill game one, they gonna come game two.
Yeah.
When we
So,
when we come off that hill game one, and they hear that ka 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 ka, they'll be that game two. That's what I really believe, and we getting ready to do that right now, man. And so it's gonna be trouble when we come off that hill, and then the word will get out. You know, like I know, when the word get out, people gonna come.
Hold on. Let me hear one more
But
time.
here's what I believe.
What do you say? What you believe, Coach?
Well, when we come off that hill game one, they gonna come game two.
They don't come to game two.
yeah.
When we
So,
when we come off that hill game one, and they hear that ka 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 ka, they'll be that game two. That's what I really believe, and we getting ready to do that right now, man. And
Rocky
so
like that.
it's gonna be trouble when we come off that
It's
hill,
gonna be
and then
trouble.
the word will get out. You know, like I know, when the word get out.
Hey,
When the
listen,
word
man.
get out.
Listen,
Uh, yeah,
Coach Jack is
you
being
always
clear.
did that. You know what
When
time
we
it
come
is.
off that hill, you know what time. Listen, purple and gold pop out, man. You know what I'm saying? We less than 60 days away. Y'all make sure y'all in the building, y'all in the place. Cause listen, they gonna show up for game 2 after they see what we do in game 1. So with that being said, man, Doc, we appreciate you for jumping on. Of course, my man Kerry, always happy to have you in the building. And of course, Kaylor, thank you for coming and sharing your thoughts too as well. Hey, listen, we got a new show also that's brewing up that's going to be dropping sometime a little bit after SWAC Media Day. You know what I'm saying? For the young Panther Nations, we call them YNPs, right? You know what I'm saying? The Young Panthers, you feel me? And so we got a PV Nation podcast that's going to be dropping very soon with my guy Kaylor, with my guy Janarius, with my guy Isaiah, and also with former PV football player Chris Herron himself. And so you guys, I know, are going to be excited to hear them and their perspective as they talk about PV sports. So make sure y'all in the building as well. Show some
Wait a
love to
minute,
them
Chris Herron?
as well.
You
Yeah,
said
man.
Chris Herron?
Yeah. Chris is also going to be a part of that
Oh
podcast as
man.
well. So yeah,
Swiss
man, that's going to
Army
be dropping really soon. So make sure you guys check that out too as well when they drop and show them some love as well. And again, hey, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and show some love. Go ahead and subscribe, man. Pushing toward that 1,000 mark. So with that being said, we'll holler at y'all.